Okay, so if I told you to ignore color theory and the color wheel, Joe, where the heck do I start? Well, I'll tell you. First, you consider common associations when you're choosing color. Every color has certain universal associations for the most part. Now, of course, these vary a little bit depending on your culture, your geography, etc. But for the most part, these things are true. Black usually communicates authority and power. It's timeless, it's cool, it's brooding, right? It's usually a signifier of counterculture in some way. Arts, music, artists wear black. We're moody, we're intense. Designers wear black, right? Bad guys wear black, whatever it is. There's an intensity, okay, to black that is sort of timeless and universal. White, on the other hand, is usually used to signify innocence and purity. It's cleanliness, it's sterility, it's surrender, it's peace. And that's usually international, okay? Those things are universal. The white dove, the white flag, these things are always used to communicate the idea of peace, of calm. Red, on the other hand, is alarm and urgency. It's attention, it's intensity, it's a warning of danger. And that intensity is also used often to communicate love. These three colors in particular provoke strong emotional reactions. Okay, and that is why a lot of times you see them used. Black, white, and red, as I said a minute ago, are the highest degree of contrast in a color combination that you can ever get. And they're used a lot because they demand our attention. They provoke intense emotional responses. So these three things are most definitely universal across the board. Pink usually signifies romance, gratitude, grace, admiration, harmony, compassion, and it's usually, unfortunately, stereotypically associated as female. Now, I don't personally believe that that's universally true, but it is a common association, and that's why we're calling it out here. Blue is thought to be peaceful, tranquil. It's because it's reminiscent of the sky or the ocean. It's often used in business to suggest technology and innovation. And blue is traditionally thought of as a male color. Again, this is not absolutely true across the board, but the male association is very common. Green is often used to suggest nature. It's an organic color. It's calming, it's refreshing, it's relaxing. Hospitals in particular, from a psychological perspective, use what they call green rooms, usually a very light, pleasant shade of green because it has a calming effect on the brain. So there's a case where color is used in a very functional way in a real-world environment. Yellow usually suggests optimism, happiness, warmth. And that's because of its association with sunlight, okay? We associate it with positivity, with joy, with hope. Purple is often associated with royalty, with wealth, with luxury, with sophistication. It's also typically considered feminine and romantic in a lot of ways. And finally, brown is usually also, like green, thought to be reminiscent of nature, of the earth, okay? Soil, richness, home, friendship, genuineness, solidity. Right? Brown is calming in a lot of the same ways that green is. It's sort of a slow and steady, earthy, grounded color. So when you're thinking about colors for your UI, a good place to start is with these common associations. For the most part, they will not let you down. If you start from here and sort of work outward, okay, varying shades of all these different colors, you will usually find something that signifies what you're after, that sends the emotional message and gets the response that is appropriate for what you're putting out there.